It's time for Oskaloosa Indians softball action on the No Coast Network. And now, live softball action on the No Coast Network.
Welcome back to Lacey Recreation Complex in Oskaloosa, where we have avoided the rain. And it looks like we will be able to get this final game in the Indian Classic as the Oskaloosa Indians take on the Creston Panthers. Hello again, everyone. I'm Joe Lancello along with Cade Sakenberg. Thanks for joining us on KMZN on the No Coast Network. Oskaloosa looking to make it 2 out of 3 in the Classic. The Indians lost their first game 2-1 to East Marshall and then defeated Fairfield 10-4. Oskaloosa 10-8 overall on the season now. Creston comes in with a 9-9 overall record. They lost their first game here by a score of 10-2 to Iowa City Liberty. Oskaloosa will have the same pitcher who started the first game today, Haley Hacker, the sophomore left-hander, and she will be opposed by an 8th grader, Haley Gillum, for the Creston Panthers. And let's take a look at the starting lineups now for this final game of the day for Oskaloosa. And we still haven't gotten word on who is going to be the home team or the visitor. There's a coin flip that determines all that. Well, here's the starting lineup, first of all, for Oskaloosa, coached by Jay Harms. Megan Moorman will lead off and play catcher. Batting second, the third baseman, Ashley Kinley. Batting third at first base, Ava Vanderwall. Batting cleanup, the designated player, Abby Braunmeyer, and she will hit for the pitcher, Haley Hacker. Batting fifth for Oskaloosa, the right fielder, Sophia Dykstra. Hitting sixth in center field, Faith Durandi. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Maddie Haynes. Batting eighth, second baseman Taylor Wills. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Kaylee Johnson. Oskaloosa with Moorman, Kinley, and Vanderwall. Braunmeyer, Dykstra, and Durandi. Haynes, Wills, and Johnson. Now for the Creston Panthers, Sarah Keeler will lead off and play first base. Batting second, the catcher, Peyton Rice. Batting third, the shortstop, Gracie Hagel. Hitting cleanup, the center fielder, Sage Rice. Batting fifth for Creston, right fielder, Emma Hansen. Hitting third, the third baseman, Hallie Evans. Batting seventh, the designated player, Braylon Baker, and she will bat for the pitcher, Haley Gillum. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Haley Shields. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Brielle Baker. Creston with Keeler, Peyton Rice, and Hagel. Sage Rice, Hansen, and Evans. Braylon Baker, Shields, and Brielle Baker. And pitching for Creston is 8th grader Haley Gillum with a record of 1-1 on the season and a 5.83 earned run average. And now the first trick is to try to get a couple of softballs that are stuck in the screen out of there so they can be used in the game. Someone's throwing a baseball glove at them, and it's not working that well. I still go with the idea of a basketball. And the balls are being hit in the air a little bit, but not forward enough to get out. And the players on both teams watching with a little amusement. And one of the balls just being knocked further apart from its cousin. Oh, let's see. There's one. No, just moved. It moved high, but it moved to the left, and another attempt. Nothing. Now Megan Mormon and Faith Durandi of the Indians come out with their bigger glove, a first base glove. Let's see how that works. No, they're continuing to fire salvos at it. There goes one ball. And we may need these for this game. The second one still stuck. And there it goes too. Now we've got enough balls where we can actually play a game. This is something that I don't think is going to catch on to other phys ed teachers around the country the way Dr. James Naismith's basketball did back in the day. And actually, while we have a chance, let's take a 1-minute break. Oskaloosa and Creston High School softball coming up at the Indian Classic in Oskaloosa. This is Oskaloosa Indian softball on KMZN on the No Coast Network.
Craig Ford has the lowest prices around on brand new Fords. And now when you purchase a new Craig Ford, we'll also give you a 65-inch 4K HD flat screen TV.
No extra charge.
Buy a Ford, get a flat screen at Craig Ford. And if you can bring me a deal I can't beat, I'll still give you the TV. Craig Ford in Oskaloosa, where you get the best deals on new Fords and a 65-inch HD TV.
Some limitations apply. See Craig Ford for details.
Why is C First Credit Union growing so fast? Because Andy got a great rate on his new truck for him and his best buddy. Because Derek and Stephanie's checking account includes opportunities to qualify for some serious cash. And Matt joined C First because his best friends recommended it. And they were right about sushi. It all adds up. Save with us, borrow with us, grow with us. Because together is better.
Joe Lancello, Cade Snakenberg back with you as the captains of Oskaloosa and Creston are meeting for the coin toss to decide who is going to be the home team and who's going to be the visitor. They need signals for this like football does. Or the officials at least tap one team on the shoulder and say, apparently it is, if I read the gesture correctly, Oskaloosa will bat second and be the home team, which would be the first time today that Oskaloosa has been the home team.
Yep, looks like it. The girls are getting their gloves ready. First time being home team tonight. Kind of funny how this is our hometown. It's the first time today.
And we're playing on a neutral surface, or a neutral field rather. Here at Lacey, the Indians are 4-1 on the season. They swept, they only played 2 games at the Oskaloosa Classic 2 weeks ago. And 1-1 here today.
Joe, I got to give you a compliment for the play-by-play with getting the softballs out of the net. It's quite entertaining.
A little more challenging than log rolling, which I've also done.
Long rowing.
Lumberjack World Championships in Hayward, Wisconsin.
Wow. Yep, that's a
log rolling, the 60 and 90 foot pole climb.
Yep.
And also the boom run.
No, I don't know what that one is.
Okay, that's, you know how in the log camps back in the day they would have logs kind of loosely connected together to go across from one side to the other?
Yeah, I get it.
It's just basically a race there, down and back. But of course, since it's several different logs moving independently, you've got a real good risk of losing your balance.
Yeah.
And falling into the water.
I'd say. It kind of sounds like a wipeout course.
Yeah, that could be. Indians taking their pregame warm-up. Now on the field, Oskaloosa will be back in action in Little Hawkeye Conference action on Monday night. They will travel to Pella Christian, the short trip, for a Monday night game that'll start at 7:30. Then on Tuesday, the Indians with a makeup game at Knoxville. Wednesday, a doubleheader at Grinnell. And then Thursday, a home game against Dallas Center Grimes. I had originally seen a schedule that had the Dallas Center Grimes visits on separate days for baseball and softball, but that's not the case. So we'll make a decision on what we're going to do Thursday, whether it will be the Indians baseball or softball game against Dallas Center Grimes that we do on Thursday of this week, of this coming week. We will have Oskaloosa baseball at Pilla Christian on Monday night. That's a single game. Pre-game on KBOE-FM at 7:15 and the first pitch at 7:30.
Yep, that should be a good game for the Indians.
And don't forget, here on KMZN, our game of the week next week, on Friday night of next week, it'll be high school baseball with Sigourney at Keota. First pitch at 6, Eric Zamora with the play-by-play at 5:45.
It's interesting how for football, they're this Sigourney Keota, and then for basketball and baseball and softball, they're two own separate teams.
They combined for wrestling, too, if I remember correctly.
Well, I know for basketball they're separate. And I guess for softball as well, and baseball.
So we're about to get underway as Sarah Keeler steps into the left-hand batter's box for Creston, and Haley Hacker's first pitch is swung on and fouled into the screen for strike one. Keeler, a junior, going into the tournament today, hitting .466, no home runs, 10 runs batted in, 9 doubles, and she's 7 of 7 as a base stealer. Lefty to lefty as Haley Hacker winds and throws. High 1-1. We are concentrating especially hard in this third game because the scoreboard is not working.
Yeah.
The 1-1 sails outside. 2-1. Megan Mormon, the catcher for Oskaloosa. The infield the same as it's been all day. Ava Vanderwall at first. Taylor Wells at second. Maddie Haynes at short. And Ashley Kinley at third. The 2-1. Swung on, fouled into the screen, 2-2. The Oskaloosa outfield from left to right. Kaylee Johnson in left, Faith Durandi in center, and Sophia Dykstra in right. Dykstra playing deep for the the left-handed batting Sarah Keeler. 2-2 pitch, popped in the air to the left side. Coming in is the left fielder Kaylee Johnson to make the grab for out number 1.
Good start. In Game 3 of today, Joe, I think it's very important to keep in mind of the players' body language to see, this is their third game of the day, 9 game in the span of 6 days. We got a fatigued group out here. We got to keep in mind that.
And a swing and a miss to catcher Peyton Rice, another left-handed hitter. 0-1. Peyton Rice hitting .491, no homers, 9 runs batted in. Left-hand batter stands close to the plate. Swings and tops one foul to the left, 0-2. There are 3 Rice sisters on the Creston Panther team. Sage Rice, the older sister, a senior, plays center field. And then there is an 8th grader, Tristan Rice, who is not in the lineup for this game. Will's up near the pitcher's rubber, the second baseman, swinging a chopper foul down the third base line. And the count holds 0-2. Creston wearing white shirts, black letters and numbers trimmed in red pants, and black socks.
Rice going up with the slap hit method running start.
So Kinley is up at third as well, and the pitch is low.
Always thought
1-2.
it would be hard to run at the ball and swing as the ball's coming towards you.
Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Rice down on strikes for the second out. This brings up the shortstop, Gracie Hagel. Right-handed hitter, a freshman, hitting .420 on the year. 1 home run, 15 runs batted in. Swing of the first pitch, top towards short. Haynes up with it, throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Oskaloosa. Nothing across for Creston in the first. Our score after a half inning, Creston nothing, Oskaloosa coming to bat. This is Oskaloosa Indian softball. We'll be back in a minute on KMZN.
We all need help from time to time, especially during life's health transitions. Whether you're getting back on your feet or looking for a new place to call home, Care Initiatives is here. For over 25 years, we've helped Iowans maintain independence and quality of life. Rehabilitation, skilled nursing, long-term care, hospice care. No matter what life brings, our team of experts are ready. Care Initiatives for life's health transitions.
Hello, this is Wade Davidson, owner of Rock Island Tap, and I want to invite you to come down and check out the tap. We are excited to offer you 59 various beer selections, including 24 craft and domestic beers. We not only offer unique beers, but we can get you mixed drinks, wine, and my famous vodka and Jameson Bloody Marys. We are looking forward to offering lots of events and live music. You're going to want to keep updated on all activities and live music, so be sure to like us on Rock Island Tap Facebook page or call 641-676-ROCK for more information. Come on down to the Rock Island Tap, relax, and enjoy a few with us.
Oskaloosa come to bat in the bottom of the second after retiring Creston 1-2-3 in the top of the first. And pitching for Creston is right-hander Haley Gillum. She is an 8th grader. This will be her 8th game of the year, 4th start. 1-1 with a 5.83 earned run average. In 24 innings, she's allowed 40 hits, 35 runs, 20 of them earned. Walked 12 and struck out 10, and opponents batting .342 against her. This is a young roster that Creston has with a lot of 8th and 9th graders. And just 2 seniors. Megan Mormon, the Oskaloosa catcher, will lead things off here in the bottom of the first for the Indians. Megan, a junior right-hand batter. Looks at a pitch high for ball 1. Megan 2 for 4 in the game against East Marshall, and then 1 for 4 with a run, 1 for 4 against Fairfield. The 1-0 swung, blooped into right center field. That will drop in for a base hit. The center fielder bobbling the ball briefly, but not far enough to allow Mormon a chance to go to second. So the Indians with a leadoff single in the bottom of the first. And we will see a courtesy runner. That will be Lauren Kuhn, a senior.
Yep, Kuhn coming in to give Megan a break. Megan has caught, I believe, all 9 games in the past 6 days. So
wow.
She's definitely probably a little bit tired. Coach Harm's giving her a break for just a little bit to get off her legs.
Now a bunt by Ashley Kinley, the third baseman, and she is tagged out right away by the first baseman, who is playing about 2/3 up the line toward home plate. Sacrifice works, 3 unassisted, and Kuhn will go to second.
Yep, nice bunt laid down by Ashley. Sacrificed herself to give up her part.
Now,
so Lauren could go.
Ava Vanderwall, the left-handed hitting first baseman, in swing, grounded to the first baseman. Sarah Keeler will run to the bag and take it for the unassisted putout. 2 down for the Indians, but Kuhn on the play goes to third.
Nothing hurt right there. Got Lauren now in third base.
Now Abby Braunmeyer, the designated player, stands in, right-handed batter. Swinging a grounder to the third baseman. Hallie Evans throws across to retire the side. So after a leadoff single, the Indians get nothing. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. After 1 inning, it's Creston nothing, Oskaloosa nothing. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Your station for classic hits and local programming is 99.5 FM and 740 AM KMZN. Hear artists like Hart, Billy Joel, Huey Lewis, Stevie Wonder, The Beatles, Journey, and many more. KMZN is also where you'll find the game of the week. Wake up with Bob's Morning Brew weekdays at 6 a.m. and catch Brother Dave in the afternoon. It's all on 99.5 FM and 740 AM KMZN. Listen online at radiokmzn.com and with the free smartphone app available at Google Play and the iStore.
Big deals,
Hey, did you know there's a great way to shop your local businesses and save money? It's called Big Deals. Log on to KBOEradio.com and click the Big Deals logo. You'll find gift certificates at discounted prices from businesses like your Oskaloosa Hy-Vee, Mahaska Drug, Brown Shoe Fit, Nailed It, Book Vault, and many more Oskaloosa and area businesses. Shop local and save big at Big Deals. Log on to KBOEradio.com and click the Big Deals logo to start saving today.
No score after one inning in the Indian Classic softball event. Creston come to bat in the top of the second with center fielder Sage Rice. The senior batting .327, 1 homer, 13 RBI. Right-handed batter looks at a pitch just low for ball one. Sage, S-A-I-G-E. And expected to play softball at Southwest Community College next year. And Rice takes a strike, 1-1. Rice on the slight side for a cleanup hitter. The 1-1, high 2-1. Durrani in center field pulled over a couple of steps toward left. And Dykstra near the line in right, so there's plenty of room in right center. The 2-1 pitch. Just missed outside, 3-1. Rice followed by Emma Hansen and Hallie Evans, the 4-5-6 hitters for Creston here on the top of the second. The 3-1 from Hacker. Half swing, it's a strike anyway, 3-2. Oskaloosa trying to make it a meatloaf kind of a day. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The 3-2 pitch, high ball 4. So Creston with their first base runner as Sage Rice gets a leadoff walk.
Haley, the more powerful, fast pitcher between the two of her and Durande.
Now right fielder Emma Hansen stands in. The pitch is low and in the dirt, and it gets away from Moorman, and Sage Rice will go to second.
Sometimes with the speed and power, though, she tends to get a little inconsistent with her throw sometimes, a little off target.
Hansen, a junior, hitting .444, no homers, 11 runs batted in. The 1-0 to the right-handed hit batter, hit back up the box for a base hit. Durrani fields in center. Here is Rice around third. She will score to give Creston a 1-0 lead. Emma Hansen with the run batted in. And Creston strike first here. And this brings up the third baseman, Hallie Evans, a freshman, hitting .261, no homers, 3 runs batted in. First pitch to Evans, line foul to the right. Near the Creston dugout on the first base side, strike 1. Mike McCabe, the coach of Creston, in the third base coaching box. And a strike call, 0-2.
Good pitch by Haley right there.
Says his team has got good speed, but the thing is they've got to outscore the opposition. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Hacker. That's the first out of the second inning for Creston. Now this brings up the designated player, Braylon Baker, a sophomore, hitting .235, no homers, 3 runs batted in. And looks at a strike. Braylon's older sister, Brielle, is playing second base today and is 2 hitters away in the batting order in the number 9 spot. The 0-1 and another strike called, 0-2. Braylon Baker, right-hand batter. Hacker deals, swing and a foul into the screen. And the count holds at 0-2. Hansen, the runner on first, was going on contact. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Check, swing and a foul.
She caught it. Should be out.
Is it a foul tip? Yes, it was. It is a strikeout. That's 2 down for Creston in the top of the second. 3 strikeouts for Haley Hacker today. This brings up left fielder Haley Shields, a left-hand batter, against a left-hander Hacker. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Shields, a junior, hitting .300, no homers, 2 runs batted in. Just 3 for 10 as a hitter this season. Left-hand batter chokes a little bit, holds the bat up high. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Haley Hacker just blowing that one by Haley Shields.
I can't tell if the batter wants to do a slap method because she's swinging her whole body. She did it 3 times in a row.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 to retire the side. Creston opened the scoring with a run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left. After inning and a half, Creston 1, Oskaloosa nothing. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
For 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
Last year, the Bank Iowa team completed almost 9,000 community service hours. Oofta! That's more hours than a year contains. It's refreshing to see a bank that cares. That's actually why I chose to bank with Bank Iowa. They're a local bank that invests in community, and the community that matters most is the one that we're both a part of. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn more about our personal, commercial, and agricultural banking services, or go online to bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We go to the bottom of the second with Oskaloosa now trailing Creston 1-0. The Indians will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters up. Right fielder Sophia Dykstra, center fielder Faith Durandi, and shortstop Maddie Haynes. Dykstra stands in, swings the first pitch, hit to the shortstop. Hagel has it, throws to first for the first out of the inning. Now center fielder Faith Durandi. She was the winning pitcher in the Indians' 10-4 win over Fairfield. Faith was 1 for 3 in the first game, 1 for 3 in the second game, but that one hit was a 3-run homer. And Faith looks at a pitch in at the letters for a strike. Gillum, the right-hander, deals. The pitch sails inside. Durandi backs away from that 1-1. Oskaloosa ranked 13th in the state in Class 4A in the latest rankings. Swinging a fly ball in the center field, going back is Sage Rice, and she'll watch it go. Home run for Faith Durandi, her second of the day, and we're tied at 1.
Wow. That one went really far.
And it left the yard in a hurry, too.
Uh-huh. Second one of the day. Yep. She ties the game up at 1, all by herself. Excellent job by Faith.
And that's Faith's 5th home run of the season, too, with RBI number 12. Game tied at 1 in the bottom of the second.
She makes it look so smooth when she hits the ball.
Now shortstop Maddie Haynes with a swing and a foul out of here to the right for strike 1. Maddie went 0 for 3 in the first game and 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored in the second game. Next pitch is inside, 1-1. Maddie, a right-handed batter. Creston player straight away in deep. The 1-1. Inside 2-1. Evans at third in a couple of steps. The middle infielders, Brielle Baker at second, Hagel at short, back near the edge of the grass. The 2-1, swung on, grounded, past the shortstop into center field for a base hit, and this is going to go to the wall. Haynes around second, throw to second, and Haynes is in standing with a double. And the throw in managed to roll all the way to the first baseline, but Haynes will keep what she has, which is a one-out double.
So for Maddie's last 3 at-bats, she's gotten on base twice and had 2 RBIs. Not too bad, I'd say.
Actually, that's 3 consecutive hits, 2 of them doubles, and she had a walk before that. Now the first base to Taylor Wills, the second baseman, gets away, and a throw to third, not in time. And Maddie steals third, given a few inches. She took it and took 60 feet to go to third. Ball 1 to Taylor Wills. Gillum deals, swing, top foul toward the Oskaloosa dugout on the third base side. Count evens 1-1. Taylor went 0 for 2 against East Marshall and had a triple in 2 at-bats with an RBI and a run scored against Fairfield. Righty to righty, Haynes the runner on third with 1 out. Slow pitch, high, 2-1.
Slow pitch, softball pitch right there.
Yeah. The 2-1, outside 3-1. Taylor with her sleeves rolled up, exercising her right to bear arms. B-A-R-E, the 3-1, line fouled on the right, and the count goes full 3-2.
Yep, most coaches will say in the 3-1, if it's there, take a swing at it. If not, just let it go by. I've always been a fan of hitting off the ball, 3-1.
Payoff pitch, golfed high in the air, just out of the reach of the pitcher, Gillum. Wills is safe, and Haynes scores to make it 2-1 Oskaloosa. Just a small pop single, and Gillum, the pitcher, just couldn't quite get out of the circle and make the back pedal quick enough to make the catch, and nobody coming in could catch that ball. And Taylor, with her speed, beat it out.
Yep, but it was just high enough. And
I beg your pardon. Haynes kept her ground at third. So it's still a 1-1 game. Now a throw to third to try to pick Haynes off. And actually that makes sense on Maddie's part because you didn't know if that ball was going to be caught.
Yep, and then by the time the pitcher had the ball in her hands looking to throw, Maddie wasn't even off the bag yet.
The 0-1 pitch sails inside to Kaylee Johnson. The count goes 1-1, and on that pitch, Taylor Wills will steal second.
Catcher tried to do the good old psych throw to see if Maddie could get off her base. Didn't work. Way to stay disciplined at third base.
Indians runners on second and third with 1 down in a 1-1 game. Here's a swing line drive right to the shortstop for the second out, and everybody able to get back to their bases.
Way to stay back. That happened to us the other night against Grinnell, I remember. A nice line drive. Smart base running.
So Haynes is on third. Will is on second with 2 away. Now the leadoff batter, Megan Mormon, who singled her first time up. Swung on, hit to third. Evans will throw across and retire the side. The Indians tie the score on a Faith Durante home run. They had a total of 3 hits in the inning. No errors, and they left 2. Indians have stranded 3 so far after 2 innings. It's Creston 1, Oskaloosa 1. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN on the No Coast Network.
Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia is dedicated to providing their customers with friendly service. Falvey Lumber and Hardware values your business and has made it their mission to provide reliable products and services with their customer-driven approach. Falvey's courteous professional team is able to support a range of services to meet your requirements. Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia. In Eddyville, call 969-4814 or Albia 932-2150.
Oskaloosa Vision Center's hometown doctors have strong roots in Oskaloosa and are dedicated to serving the community. We use state-of-the-art equipment to provide high-quality, professional eye care through comprehensive eye exams, medical care for eye infection and disease treatment, as well as emergency aid and pre- and post-operative care. With our large variety of prescription glasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses, we strive to meet the needs of all patients, from newborn to adult. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
After 2 innings, Creston a run on 1 hit and no errors. Oskaloosa a run on 4 hits and no errors. Creston come to bat in the top of the 3rd. Both teams scoring their runs in the 2nd inning. And it'll be the second baseman, Brielle Baker, to start things off for the Creston Panthers. She's their number 9 hitter in the order, followed by first baseman Sarah Keeler and catcher Peyton Rice. Brielle Baker, a senior, hitting .263, no homers, 7 runs batted in. Haley Hacker, the left-hander, deals, and the pitch in there for a strike. Hacker with 4 strikeouts so far, 1 walk and 1 hit allowed. The 0-1, in for a strike, 0-2.
Good pitch. Wonder what this...
The Creston approach so far, they don't seem to go up there hacking, do they?
No, they do not.
The 0-2, missed just outside, 1-2. Indians straight away in the outfield, little shallow and left. The 1-2 swung on and tapped to the mound. Hacker with it, throw to first, in time for the out. And Haley's retired 4 in a row. 1 up and 1 down for Creston on the top of the 3rd. That brings up first baseman Sarah Keeler, who flied to left her first time up. Keeler, a left-handed batter. Swung on, first pitch, grounds it right to the first baseman Vanderwall, who steps on the bag for out number 2. That's what a pitcher can use, a quick inning, especially when this is the second game you're pitching in a given day.
Yeah, for sure. Quick innings, definitely nice, especially in tournaments.
Catcher Peyton Rice looks at a pitch low for ball 1. She struck out her first time up.
She's also going with the little slap bunt method again.
So Kinley up a couple of more steps at 3rd. Willows quite a bit up at 2nd. Swung on and fouled into the screen. Count evens 1-1.
Yeah, if Wills and Kinley are up, I believe Maddie should be back and a little bit more towards the middle, just in case one were happen to go over Haley's head.
Haynes, the shortstop, is pulled over toward 3rd. The 1-1, swing and a miss, going for the slap approach, and it's 1-2.
She just hasn't been able to do anything with the slap approach. That's her 5th miss in a row.
1-1 top of the 3rd with 2 outs. Swung on, hit in the air to center field. Durante, who'd been playing shallow, goes back, and the ball's over her head and goes to the wall. Rice, who runs well, rounding 2nd, throwing to 3rd. The throw is high. And this will be a triple for Peyton Rice. And it's still a 1-1 game, but Creston now with the tying or the go-ahead run on 2nd. Let me start that again. The go-ahead run on 3rd.
So easy
with 2 out.
For when that method is to play a little shallow.
Here's a swing and a ground ball through the hole on the left side for a base hit for Gracie Hagel. Peyton Rice scores to put Creston back in front 2-1.
Good hit. Just found the gap right there in our defense. Got a base runner, scored.
So this brings up the cleanup hitter, Sage Rice, who walked and scored her first time up. Right-hand batter takes a pitch, high ball 1. Creston with a record of 9-9 going into today. Oskaloosa 10-8. The 1-0 from Hacker. Just missed low, 2-0. Dykstra and Wright playing near the line for the right-handed batter, so there's a big gap in right center field. The 2-0 in the dirt, blocked well by Mormon, 3-0. .3-0 pitch, in for a strike, 3-1. Durante in center over a couple of steps toward left. And Johnson in left near the line. 3-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 3-2.
Haley's got to be cautious of her pitch count. She doesn't want to overdo with this being the second game of her pitching today.
Payoff pitch, strike 3. No. Yeah, strike 3 called. She was running toward first. I didn't know if that was to the dugout or to first base, but that retires the side. Creston regained the lead, though, in the third. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left. They've stranded 2 in the game. After 2.5, it's Creston 2, Oskaloosa 1. Back in a minute, this is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Water is more than just a source of life. We have fun with it, clean with it, grow with it, save lives with it. How water gets to us is rarely ever thought about. But at Clow Valve Company, water is never taken for granted. We design and build some of the most advanced water valves and hydrants in the world from one of the cleanest, greenest, and safest facilities in the United States. Clow Valve Company, it's more.
Hi, I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Amber Coffee.
I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Brandon Kane.
I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Jennifer Main.
I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Jason Rosenboom.
I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Austin Norris.
If your saving for retirement strategy involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," you need to talk with an Edward Jones Financial Advisor. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. For sound financial advice, contact your local Edward Jones professional today. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
So Creston now with a 2-1 lead as Oskaloosa come to bat in the bottom of the third. Ashley Kinley, the third baseman, to lead it off for Oskaloosa. Swing a pop into short left center field. That drops in for a base hit. Ashley had to sacrifice her first time up. 5th hit of the day for the Indians. So Oskaloosa with the leadoff runner on. And nobody out. That brings up first baseman Ava Vanderwall, who grounded to first her first time up. Gillum's first pitch sails outside, ball 1. Indians left a runner on third in the first inning, runners on second and third in the second inning. The 1-0. Swung on line, past the pitcher into center field for a base hit.
Wow.
Kinley will stop at second. So the Indians with back-to-back singles. Now 6 hits on the day for Oskaloosa.
That hit was just a couple inches above the pitcher's head from Creston.
Yeah, she had to veer her head a little bit toward third base to avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
Now Abby Braunmeyer, the DH, designated player, stands in. She grounded to third her first time up. Gillen's first pitch hit to the shortstop. She couldn't handle it. Ball goes into left field. Here's a play at the plate, and safe. And on the play, Vanderwall will go to third, and Braunmeyer to second. Ball was hit hard to the shortstop, Hagel. She couldn't handle it, and the ball went into left field. Kinley, with no hesitation, came in around third. The throw came to the plate. It was up on the third base side. And she came in to score the tying run to make it 2-2. And a pinch runner for Oskaloosa.
Looks like that's Kiara out at second.
Kiara Bjornsson, a sophomore. This is a pinch runner and probably a re-entry type of a deal here. As only pitchers and catchers get courtesy runners. Now right fielder Sophia Dykstra looks at ball one. Sophia ground to short her first time up. Indians on second and third, nobody out in a 2-2 game, bottom of the third. Dykstra loops one in past the reaching second baseman to right field for a base hit. One run is in. Vanderwall comes in to score, and Bjornsson will go to third, and the Indians are up 3-2.
Yep, they're hitting the ball right in the sweet spots right now.
And the spots where the defenders aren't. The second baseman, Brielle Baker, was moving toward first to try to catch that ball and was just out of her reach. Another stride or two and she'd have had it. Now center fielder Faith Durandi, who homered her first time up. Indians up 3-2, nobody out with runners in the corners. Faith looks at a pitch high for ball one. Durandi with 2 home runs today and 5 on the season. Not bad for a freshman.
No, not bad at all.
The 1-0 pitch. In for a strike, 1-1.
Catcher from Creston did a very nice job framing that pitch.
Creston outfield deep and straight away. The 1-1. Swung on, grounded right to the third baseman. Evans will throw across for the second out. Dykstra will advance to second, but Bjornsson has to stay put at third. That's the first out of the inning. And now shortstop Maddie Haynes will stand in. She doubled in the second inning. Right-hand batter against the right-hander Haley Gillum. And Maddie looks at a pitch outside for ball one.
Smart base running by Kiara that last hit. Staying home at third, knowing that there's no outs, no time to panic. Doesn't need to rush it at home yet.
And a slow pitch. Sails high, 2-0.
I'd love to see Maddie the next time a slow pitch comes like that, just to plant her foot and drill it over the fence.
Well, assuming it's in the strike zone.
Yeah.
The 2-0 swung on, hitting the hole toward short. A throw toward first in time, a throw to third, not in time. Bjornsson comes in to score, and the Indians make it a 4-2 lead. Haynes gets a run batted in as Bjornsson scores from third, and on the play, Dykstra goes from second to third. 2 down on the bottom of the third, but Oskaloosa now with a 3-run third inning and a 4-2 lead. As Taylor Will stands in and looks at ball one. Taylor with an infield single her first time up. The 1-0 swung on, hit in the air to center field, going back, and it hits the wall. 1 run is in. Wills will come into second standing with a double.
Excellent hit by Taylor. Just threw her whole body into that swing, and it showed how far it could go. Almost getting over the fence as it just slapped it. But Taylor, she's had a pretty good day, I'd say. Struggled in the first game, but the last 2 games she's been phenomenal.
5-2 Oskaloosa now in the bottom of the third. And this brings up left fielder Kaylee Johnson, who lined to short her first time up. Johnson, a right-hand batter. Looks at a slow ball high for ball one. That is almost close to what we call the Bugs Bunny pitch. If you've ever seen that cartoon where he throws a pitch so slow that the batter swings and misses 3 times, and the guy in the on-deck circle swings and misses 3 times, and the guy behind him swings and misses 3 times. Kaylee Johnson not swinging. She's ahead on the count 2-0. Wills the runner on second with 2 down. The 2-0 pitch. Just missed high, 3-0. Catcher Megan Mormon on deck. She would be the 9th Indian to bat here in the bottom of the third. The 3-0 in for a strike, 3-1. Kaylee had 2 hits in the Fairfield game, and another Bugs Bunny pitches outside ball 4 for a walk. And that is the first walk that Gillum has allowed. She's allowed 8 hits. And now catcher Megan Mormon stands in with runners on first and second and 2 down. 4 runs in for Oskaloosa here in the bottom of the third. Mormon is singled and grounded to third. First pitch is lined to the third baseman. Couldn't hang on to the ball, but she is able to get over to the third base bag and touch it for the fielder's choice to force out Taylor Wills and retire the side. But not before Oskaloosa take the lead with 4 runs. On 4 hits, there was 1 error, and the Indians leave 2. They've stranded 5 so far after 3 innings. It's Oskaloosa 5, Creston 2. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN, AM and FM in Oskaloosa, and the No Coast Network.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Keep up to date on what's going on at the Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa by joining our text club today. Simply text QPM to 64600. You will receive reminders of our sidewalk sales and other events. Also, when you join our text club, you will be entered for a chance to win a gift certificate. So join our text club today. Text QPM to 64600, and don't forget to like us on Facebook. We'll see you at the Quincy Place Mall at 1110 North Quincy Avenue in Ottumwa.
After 3 innings, Creston 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Oskaloosa 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Joe Lancello and Kate Snakenberg with you from Lacey Recreation Complex in Oskaloosa, where the Oskaloosa Indians are leading Creston 5-2, with Creston coming to bat in the top of the 4th inning. Third game for Oskaloosa at the Oskaloosa Classic today, the Indian Classic. And right fielder Emma Hansen stands in, swings to the first pitch, hits it to third. Ashley Kinley up with it, throws across for out number 1. Hansen with an RBI single, her first time up.
Yep, just note to self for opposing batters, don't hit it to third base, because it's going to be an automatic out.
Now third baseman Hallie Evans stands in. She struck out her first time up. Haley Hacker, the left-hander, deals strike 1. Haley's allowed 3 hits, walked 1, and struck out 5. The 0-1 hit in the right field, and that will drop in for a base hit. Sophia Dykstra has it. And Evans is on with a 1-out single. The 4th hit of the day for Creston. This brings up the designated player, Braylon Baker, who struck out her first time up. Baker, a right-hand hitter. Swing and a foul into the screen for strike 1. If you're wondering why they don't have cheerleaders in high school softball, you may be hearing the reason why. The players in the dugout seem to do a good job of it on their own. 0-1 pitch, outside 1-1.
Nothing better than the good old softball chants.
Baseballs aren't quite as organized.
No.
The 1-1, swing and a miss. At a pitch on the inside part of the plate, 1-2.
My little sister's minor league team for Little League, they have about 5 chants for like every foul ball, every strike, every hit. It's crazy.
The 1-2 floats high, 2-2. Indians straight away in the outfield. Maybe a step in from average depth. The 2-2 pitch swung on, popped in the air toward right center field. Faith Durandi calls for it and gets it for out number 2.
Nicely done. I believe Faith caught that one while looking into the sun now, as the sun is headed over us. It's a way to go.
Evans still the runner at first with 2 away. This brings up left fielder Haley Shields. Struck out her first time up. Shields with a bunt foul into the screen. Shields spells her first name H-E-Y-L-E-E. And she's facing a Haley on the mound, Haley Hacker, H-A-Y-L-E. Now time called as Creston coach Mike McCabe has a word with his batter, Haley Shields. Evans the runner on first with 2 away. Shields a left-hand batter. Looks at a pitch outside, 1-1. Second baseman Brielle Baker on deck for Creston. Panthers trail 5-2 in the top of the 4th with a runner on first and 2 down. Hackers 1-1. Shields went to bunt for it and missed, and the count goes 1-2. Kinley up a couple of steps at third. Wills at second up quite a few steps.
Ooh.
And a half swing, and they say no, she didn't go around. Count evens 2-2 to Haley Shields.
It's a good pitch by Haley, just missed it, barely.
Hackers 2-2. Swung on and missed strike 3.
Good pitch by Haley, throwing it with force.
6 strikeouts for Hacker. Creston in the 4th, no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left. They've stranded 3. After 3.5, it's Oskaloosa 5, Creston 2. Back in a minute, this is Oskaloosa softball at the Indian Classic on KMZN, AM and FM in the No Coast Network.
Fred's Muffler Shop in Oskaloosa has been a family-owned and operated business for over 55 years and is proud to support our community and the student athletes in it. Fred's Muffler provides their customers with bumper-to-bumper quality work done with hometown dependability and competitive prices. Come see what's new at Fred's Muffler Shop in the brand new showroom located at 1214 A Avenue West in Oskaloosa.
My name is Luke Harris, and I'm proud to be a local farmer. Partnering with Flight and State Bank helps me in my farming enterprise to make sound day-to-day decisions from a financial perspective because they provide the financial stability and advice that I need to run my business the way it needs to be ran.
Oskaloosa come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading Creston 5-2. And they'll have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters up. Third baseman Ashley Kinley, followed by first baseman Ava Vanderwall and designated player Abby Braunmeyer. Kinley started the Indians' 4-run rally last inning with a single, and she went on to score. Looks at a pitch just outside, ball 1.
And Joe, I wouldn't be surprised if Olivia Gordon got thrown into the lineup with how she's been hitting as of recently.
The 1-0 just missed outside, 2-0. We did see Olivia and Kiara Bjornsson a little bit late in the Indians' 10-4 win over Fairfield. The 2-0 pitch in the air to right field. Coming over is the right fielder toward right center. Can't get it. Goes to the wall. Kinley is on her way to second with a stand-up double.
Good hit by the senior Ashley Kinley. throwing her arms and body into that one as well. The Indians are hitting the ball very well in this game. They're attacking each pitch with so much force that most of the hits are hitting the fence or going really far.
They've got 9 hits today, 4 of them for extra bases. Now first baseman Ava Vanderwall, who singled and scored her last time up. She's 1 for 2 today. Swinging a liner over the shortstop's glove into left field for a base hit. Kinley will stop at third as the throw comes into the plate. Ava now on a 2 for 3 day. And the Indians with runners at the corners and nobody out.
Just another example of attacking each pitch. They're being aggressive up at the plate, and they're just swinging really hard and making good contact right now.
Now Abby Braunmeyer, the designated player, stands in. Abby reached on error, and a pinch runner Bjornsson scored for her last time up. Here's swing, grounder to the shortstop. Flips to second for 1, relay to first, not in time. And Kinley will score to make it 6-2. Braunmeyer with a fielder's choice gets a run batted in. So Braunmeyer, the runner at first with 1 down. And the ball gets away from the catcher and will go to the backstop, and Braunmeyer will go to second as the pitch is ball 1 to Sophia Dykstra. Sophia is grounded out and with an RBI single. Officially 1 for 2 today. 6-2 Indians. Here's a swing and a grounder to the shortstop. Moving to her left is Hagel. Throws to first in time for the out. Or no. Sophia beat it out.
Sophia displaying her speed on that one. Outrunning the throw. Tie goes to the runner, and I believe it was a tie.
Braunmeyer held her ground at second base to be safe, so the Indians runners in first and second and 1 out. Now Faith Durandi bloops one past the mound. Scramble for the ball as it hasn't left the infield, and the bases are loaded. It was a blooper between the circle, third, and short, and nobody could get to the ball to catch it, and nobody could get to the ball to field it to make a play at first, and the bases are loaded.
Yep, you call that the Bermuda Triangle. The pitcher, shortstop, and third baseman all scrambling towards to get it. Not enough communication, and the ball drops in between all 3 of them.
Bases loaded with 1 out. Maddie Haynes hits it hard to the third baseman. She'll throw home for the force, and that's all they'll get. Haynes reaches on a fielder's choice. Braunmeyer retired 5-2, third base to catcher. And everybody else will move up. Dykstra to third, Durandi to second, Haynes at first. Now with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. And Taylor Wills, who has a single and a double today.
Yep.
And a run batted in.
Taylor on her last hit was close to hitting it out of the park. Let's see if she can do it this time and get the grand slam.
Well, she's halfway to the cycle. Taylor looks at strike 1. Right-hand batter. Slow ball hit down the left field line, but foul.
Yep, it was a slow pitch. She swung pretty early on it and just pulled it just a little bit too much. But still, I like the contact, and I like Taylor. She's doing all the mechanics she should. She's keeping her head down on the ball. She's turning her hips. She's making great contact with it.
Gillum, who's gone all the way on the circle for Creston, looks in. The 0-2, an excuse-me swing foul into the screen. Count holds 0-2. That was more self-defensive than anything.
Yeah, that one was. She noticed she had 2 strikes on her. And, anything close in her mind, she's got to take a whack at it so she doesn't strike out.
Bases loaded, 2 down. 0-2 pitch swung on, hit high in the air to right field, going back, and this one will go to the wall, and it could clear the bases. 2 runs are in. Wills is on her way to third. She'll have a stand-up triple, and the throw gets away from the catcher, and Wills will score.
Oh.
That will clear the bases, and it's 10-2 Oskaloosa.
Look at that. Taylor Wills showing off the speed after the hit, making it all the way around first, second, third, on her way to home safely. Everyone scores on that play. Wow.
Dykstra scoring from third, Durante from second, Haynes all the way from first. Now the first pitch to Kaylee Johnson is lined in the hole to left for a base hit.
How many times have you seen an inside the park grand slam, Joe?
Gosh, this would be the first.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I like how Kaylee got up to the plate right away, swung at the first strike given to her. I'm not a big fan of looking at the first strike because sometimes that's going to be the best pitch thrown at you all day.
And now we have a pinch hitter. You saw this one coming, Kate. Olivia Gordon is going to come in to bat for Megan Moorman.
Yep, given Megan struggled so far in this game, and, you know, she's also caught a lot all day, all week. So Coach Harm's just giving her a little break right here, a well-deserved break, as Megan's played real hard lately. She's got a tough job behind the plate, catching every one of these games.
10-2 Oskaloosa. The first pitch is strike one, and a swing and a little fly down the left field line is just foul. 0-2. Kaylee Johnson, the runner on first. Gordon, the ninth Indian to bat this inning. So in back-to-back in the innings, the Indians have batted around. 5 runs here in the fourth. They're up 10-2. The 0-2. The Bugs Bunny pitch high, 2-2. That's probably not the real, or 1-2, beg your pardon. That's probably not the real technical name for it, but I don't know what else to call it.
Rainbow, something like Bugs Bunny. I like Bugs Bunny more, not gonna lie.
The 1-2, high 2-2. It's worth looking up that cartoon on YouTube or someplace.
Joe, I wouldn't mind if we get 2 runs in here and pack this game up quicker than expected.
Creston would have to bat in the 5th. And the pitch is low, and the count is full, 3-2.
Yeah, because you got to go 5 innings, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but I think rain's moving in. The sun's going down, pushed behind the clouds.
3-2 pitches, ball 4, and Gordon is on with a walk. And that'll send Kaylee Johnson to second. And Ashley Kinley is the 10th batter to hit for Oskaloosa in this 4th inning. She has a sacrifice, a single, and a double, and has scored twice, officially 2 for 2. Ashley, right-hand batter. Gillum's first pitch outside, ball 1. Shields in left field was moving toward the line as the pitch came in. The 1-0, swung on, hit in the air to right center field. That's going to drop in. Here is Johnson rounding third to score to make it 11-2.
Keep it going. Ashley Kinley, another nice hit out into the outfield. Second one this inning.
That'll send Gordon to third, and a pitching change coming for Creston. Oskaloosa with 6 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. As Coach Mike McCabe is huddling in the circle. Well, I presumed it was a pitching change. I could be wrong.
Yep. 19's going out.
That is, okay, that's Gillum the pitcher, so we do have a new pitcher, and this will be a left-hander. We'll tell you who it is and what changes are made when we come back. There's a pitching change in the bottom of the 4th inning. Oskaloosa with 6 runs in. There are 2 outs. Runners on first and third, and the Indians leading Creston 11-2. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
For all your home and business pest management needs, call Certified Pest Control of Oskaloosa. Beth and I offer better prices, better service, same-day responses, and satisfaction guaranteed. We are the only pest control company locally owned and operated. Remember, termites on your property will lead to wood structural damage. So call now for your termite inspection and ask about termite pre-treatment of new construction. We also offer bed bug heat treatments. For seasonal or monthly pest control at the guaranteed lowest prices in the area, call Certified Pest Control Control. 641-295-0700. We are licensed to kill.
Staying healthy has just gotten quicker and easier. Pella Regional Health Center's walk-in clinic is there when you need it. And now you can reserve your spot with convenient online reservations. Goodbye waiting room. Hello walk-in reservations. Go to www.pellahealth.org/walk-in to reserve your spot at Pella Regional's walk-in clinic. Pella Regional Health Center, providing healthcare and healing services with Christian compassion.
While we were away, Ava Vanderwall swung to the first pitch and hit in the right center for a base hit. Gordon comes in to score. Kinley goes to third. Vanderwall with a single and goes to second on the throw to make it 12-2. So we're now at the mercy stage. And it's just a matter of the Indians getting 3 outs on the top of the fifth here to win a shorty. But it's still the bottom of the fourth. Braunmeyer swing. Hits it high in the air to the right side. The first baseman makes the grab. Keeler to retire the side. 12 Indians bat in inning number 4. And they score 6 times. 7 times. On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 hits.
Excellent.
No errors and two runners left. The Indians have stranded 7. After 4, it's Oskaloosa 12, Creston 2. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC.
Freshman Brielle Baker fouls the first pitch into the screen for strike 1. And the next pitch from Haley Hacker is in for strike 2. The Indians just need to get 3 outs here, and they'll have a 12-2 win via the 10-run rule. The 0-2, strike 3 called. Baker goes 0 for 2, and Haley Hacker now with 7 strikeouts.
Yep, if you're Creston right now, you got to be aware that the umpire's probably wanting to get out of here just as bad as we are. So the strike zone's going to be a little bit big, I'd assume.
Now first baseman Sarah Keeler looks at strike 1. She's flied to left and grounded to first.
These umpires have had a long day as well.
The 0-1 missed outside 1-1.
Shocked that wasn't called a strike. And I got to give the Blues credit tonight. They've called some really good games.
Here's a swing and a slow grounder to short. Maddie Haynes up with it, throws to first, and a nice stretch by Vanderwall for out number 2. So Creston down to their last out. This brings up catcher Peyton Rice, who struck out and tripled and scored her last time up, officially 1 for 2. No, I think we have a pinch hitter here.
16.
This is Anna Mickelson, a freshman, standing in. Mickelson, a right-hand batter. Swing and a miss, 0-2 after she fouled off the first pitch.
Nice
and the sky's starting to get a little dark here at Lacey Recreation Complex.
Nice little wing gust.
The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike three, and that will do it. The Indians win a short one by a final score of 12-2.
Good timing, as well as I think we're about to get hit with a storm. The girls are rushing out.
In a game that took just 1 hour, the Indians over Creston 12-2. We'll wrap things up here from Lacey Recreation Complex in 2 minutes. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
The Welcome In Bar and Grill at 209 Walnut Street in downtown Eddyville is the place to meet your friends for good times and great food. Try one of their mouth-watering tenderloins or burgers. And don't forget to order up some delicious appetizers like mac and cheese bites or jalapeno poppers. Stop into the Welcome In Bar and Grill at 209 Walnut Street in downtown Eddyville today, and be sure to like them on Facebook to see daily food and drink specials.
Craig Ford has the lowest prices around on brand new Fords. And now when you purchase a new Craig Ford, we'll also give you a 65-inch 4K HD flat screen TV.
No extra charge.
Buy a Ford, get a flat screen at Craig Ford. And if you can bring me a deal I can't beat, I'll still give you the TV. Craig Ford in Oskaloosa, where you get the best deals on new Fords and a 65-inch HD TV.
Some limitations apply. See Craig Ford for details.
Why is Sea First Credit Union growing so fast? Because Andy got a great rate on his new truck for him and his best buddy. Because Derek and Stephanie's checking account includes opportunities to qualify for some serious cash. And Matt joined Sea First because his best friends recommended it. And they were right about sushi. It all adds up. Save with us, borrow with us, grow with us. Because together is better.
Got started hitting super well, and then finding the gaps. We haven't been able to do that, and then it just carried on in this last game against Creston as we just dominated them with our batting, and ended up beating them by a 10 in the mercy rule. So hopefully we can keep building off of this with our bats, because our pitching and fielding hasn't been bad. It's just we've been lacking the runs we need to win games, and hopefully we can just build off this, and hopefully this will launch us into the rest of the season into conference play.
Faith Durandi with a home run against Fairfield and a home run against Creston here. And Taylor Wells going 3 for 3 with 4 runs batted in and a run scored.
Definitely, Faith, her 5th home run as a freshman of the year. And, 2 today, that's incredible. And then Taylor Wells, started a little off this morning, but wow, ended in great fashion. Had that triple in the second game, had a double in the last game, and then the inside the park grand slam. Yeah, she ended on a very high note as well. Hopefully, that just keeps pushing her into the regular season.
And the Indians will return to conference play on Monday night when they go to Pella Christian. That'll be a 7:30 start. On KBOE-FM on Monday night, we'll have the Oskaloosa Indians baseball game at Pella Christian. First pitch 7:30. I'll have the pregame show at 7:15 from Pella Christian. And that is going to do it for us here from the Indian Classic. Thanks very much to Jimmy Ott back at Mission Control. Thanks to Titus Lutzring and Jared Bucklew, Oskaloosa Video Production, for the television pictures on RadioKMZN.com and the No Coast Network. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to you for listening. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast today. I'm Joe Lancello. The final score here in the third game of the Indian Classic, it was Oskaloosa 12 and Creston 2. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to live Oskaloosa Indians softball on the No Coast Network. Brought to you by Bank Iowa, Cloud Valve Company, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Pella Printing, Robert Ald Investments, Malcolm Lumber, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Certified Pest Control, Community First Credit Union, Fred's Muffler Shop, Hawkeye Real Estate, Pella Regional Health Center, Edward Jones Investments, Falvey Lumber and Hardware, Mahaska Drug, Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa, Lighton State Bank, Gatton Realty, the Welcome Inn of Eddyville, Northern Mahaska Specialty Care Center, and the Rock Island Tap. Your Keys to the Game sponsor is Craig Ford. This has been a presentation of the No Coast Network.